Life's full of adventure. Are you ready for more? 'Cause I'm feeling something I ain't felt before. Are we gonna be friends forever? The answer is yes. Are we gonna make it together? The answer is yes. You got what it takes to be famous. The answer is yes. You don't have to ask, you don't have to ask, you don't have to ask. The answer is yes.
This is it. The ultimate competition between man and machine.
You don't have a chance, you know.
I'm supporting Max. Good old-fashioned muscle power and determination can beat technology anytime. Gentlemen?
Technology wins.
Technology just went kaplunk.
It was just a dopey little toy. Not like the model of the Titanic they have at Falkagate Museum. It's cut away so you can see the whole inside of the ship. Just like it was on the fateful night when it sank. Let's go and see it tomorrow. That is just not a lucky ship.
What do you suppose happened to it?
The same thing that happened to the butterfly case and the glorious Pharaoh's tomb exhibit we've just set up. Someone smashed them.
Oh, hello, Penny. These are my cousins, and this is Penny Pratap, the curator here. She was at university with Mum.
So you're the famous young detectives I've heard so much about.
That's us. Obviously, whoever did this used the fake iceberg to smash the model. Fiendish, but appropriate.
I'll take it from here, young Kirins.
Constable Stubblefield, what happened? Were you injured in the line of duty?
I was sambing in my ballroom dance class. My fruit hat fell off and I slipped on a papaya. What seems to be the trouble here?
Looks like someone broke into the museum and smashed up some exhibits.
Don't worry, Stubblefield's on the case.
Stubblefield's broken the case.
Haven't quite got the hang of this thing yet. Whoa, whoa! Maybe I'll investigate up this way.
Penny, maybe we should help investigate.
Go to it, young Kirins.
Let's start with how the culprit got in. Who has keys to the museum?
No keys. An electronic keypad. I'm the only one who knows the code.
The windows are secure. Is there any other way in?
There's a rubbish chute in the workroom, but it's bolted shut every... I forgot to shut it last night!
Definitely big enough for someone to climb through. But who would want to destroy museum exhibits?
I can't imagine why anyone would smash glorious Egyptian artifacts, so I suppose it could be anybody. I just hope he doesn't come back.
We could stick around undercover in case he does.
I could find jobs for you all to do around the museum. You could look for anyone who seems suspicious.
Can I stay here? I'll monitor the chute, and I could use this model-making stuff to build the most bizarre creature anyone's ever seen.
Help yourself. They're all artificial props for the exhibits.
Let's see. The foot bone's connected to the shin bone's connected to the Etruscan bridal mask.
Ellie reporting. Nothing suspicious at the snack bar. I take that back. The fish and chips smell a little strange.
Roger that, Ali. There's nothing suspicious here at the entrance. I think I need to get a little more hands-on.
What are you doing? Leave me be!
Hold your ground, Dylan. I don't see anyone suspicious at the Pharaoh's tomb. Check that. I've got something suspicious. Check that check. He only went into the loo. Checking that check. Weirdo hiding something under his coat. He's heading towards where the Titanic exhibit was. I don't know what he's up to, but he sneaked behind the curtain where... Max, why do you have a thigh bone with a rubber glove on it?
Just something I'm working on.
Well, it's curtain time.
Thank you for opening the curtains. I was just about ready.
Oh, dear, you again? I've told you to stay away.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am art. I am performance. I am Mirror.
Your name is Sheldon Gluckdorf.
I call myself Mirror because I show the world what it looks like.
He keeps sneaking in and using the museum space for his ridiculous exhibits.
This museum is a sham. It should be leveled and rebuilt. This is what you should be displaying. I do this to remind people that nature reigns supreme. My art cannot be silenced. But I suppose my art could be moved outside.
Your art has ruined my blouse! I have to go home and soak your art in soda water.
There's no other vandalism reported in the area. The events at the museum seem completely random.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm running out of outfits.
One of the horse skull's eyes fell out. I replaced it with a gobstopper.
As you know, I can find money-making opportunities in pretty much everything. This has none whatsoever. So what's it for?
I haven't figured that out yet.
While you're figuring it out, could you not get that grey gunk all over the place? Ugh, what is that stuff?
Oh, I threw Mirror's globe and tub down the rubbish chute at the museum, and a big cloud of this ash came out of the chute. Whoosh!
What is it? You look like a fireplace wearing pants.
It's plaster of Paris and Greece. The rubbish chute is full of it.
You're getting it all over the place. Wait, how come the vandal didn't get it all over the museum?
That's right. If he got into the museum through the rubbish chute, he would have been covered with that stuff too.
And the museum was clean, so he must have got in some other way.
Maybe there's an entrance Miss Prattap doesn't know about. Let's get down there and find out.
Ravi, dear, an Aztec monster with the skull of a horse has got into the study.
Keep him away from my stamp collection.
Maybe there's a trapdoor in the roof or a fire exit or something.
Or someone could have sawed away at the security bars this time. Someone with a flashlight. Come on.
Sounds like it's coming from down there, the Pharaoh's tomb exhibit. That's Penny's favourite.
Hey! Unless you're a mummy and that's your casket, leave it alone!
Follow that Pharaoh! Oh, remind me to try out for the athletics team next term. Oh, forget athletics. I'm trying out for the slalom team.
There. way! But he did leave his face. Unfortunately, I don't think we can dust it for nose prints.
Who were you hiding?
Morning, Kierans. Thanks for alerting me about last night's bother. Can we get inside and inspect?
Not until Penny gets here. We left her a message, but we haven't heard from her.
Who needs Penny Protect? Who needs this museum? I'll open my own museum. It shall be called Le Musée du Miroir. A hammer can be used to build or used to destroy. It makes one think. A shovel can bury the truth or uncover it. It makes one think. That's the automatic sprinkler the caretaker uses to water the grass. It makes one wet.
Kids, I just got your message. I was at my mother's in Wolfsbridge last night. How bad is the damage in the museum?
Why don't we go inside and see for ourselves? I think I've finally mastered the controls on this vehicle. All right, maybe I'll meet you inside.
The Arctic diorama has seen better days. Someone turned the igloo into ice cubes. Blame that on global warming.
At least it's not completely smashed. Maybe the vandal got scared by the abominable snowman.
I made him. Can't decide whether to call him Ferocita the Ice Terror or Lou.
Lou is a nice name. I had a cat named Lou once. He had 6 toes.
Fascinating. You know what's even more fascinating? Someone used a claw hammer to do this. You can see the marks it made.
This sparkly white stuff. I think we've seen it recently.
We certainly have. It was all over Mirror's hammer.
This is part of the igloo exhibit from the museum. Makes one think.
The head of your hammer fits perfectly into the indentation.
And your hammer has this white stuff all over it.
Remarkable. I didn't realize my art had such depth.
Where were you last night?
Last night, I was home scraping mold off my cheese.
Can anyone verify that?
No, I scraped my cheese alone.
Right, I've heard enough.
Constable, are you lurking somewhere?
I am in this mulberry bush. I cannot extricate myself. Thank you, Canine Kieran. You, Mr. Mirror Person, are hereby nicked on the charge of busting up the museum.
What? Preposterous! Why would I do such a thing?
Because you're mad at the museum and said it should be leveled.
Oh, so I did. That may have been a poor choice of words.
Try these words on for size. I plead guilty, my lord.
Mirror shall prove his innocence.
Well, push me while you're at it. You're headed to prison anyway.
Well, I guess our work here is done.
Not quite.
Ew.
Done. It's a Maxosaura Dragophant. I got the tail from an old Loch Ness Monster exhibit.
Is someone supposed to ride in that thing?
Yes. See? I can crawl inside and control it like a big puppet. Want to go for a ride, Ali?
I don't even want to look at it. It's even creepier than your first one. I'll give it a go. I've never ridden a Maxosaura Dragophant.
Here, wear this. You'll be an Egyptian princess.
I better not. It's an antiquity, not a toy. And another thing, it's tiny. It would never fit.
Hey, wait a minute. How could Mirror have worn it when we chased him last night? He has a huge head. It's like a buffalo's.
Hey kids, it's closing time. I just wanted to thank you for figuring out that Mirror was the culprit.
Mirror's not the culprit.
Whoever it was wore the mask, and it's way too small to fit on Mirror.
You know, the Pharaoh's tomb exhibit got vandalised both nights.
So the culprit is very interested in that exhibit.
But who could have such disrespect for ancient Egypt? The glory of Cleopatra, her power, her allure. She was truly a queen among queens.
Let's take another look at the Pharaoh's tomb. Maybe we missed something.
We can ride there in the good old Maxosaura Dragophant. Or we could just walk.
If this destruction isn't random, maybe somebody's looking for something in the exhibit.
And the rest of the destruction is just a false trail to cover what he's doing in here.
Okay, so we're trapped in here. No reason to panic. Oh. Now there's a reason to panic!
It's dead. They should make these things waterproof and tomb-proof.
Don't worry. Stand back. Ow! Just once I would like that to work. Oh, this is really going to swell up.
It's not going to have time to swell up if we don't get out of here. The water's getting deep. There's a hole in the ceiling. Good work, Timmy.
There's just one problem. How do we get up there?
I like the kind of boat rides that have buffets and musical shows. Not the kind where you ride in a mummy's coffin. Maybe we'll do that next time. Meanwhile, everybody chop.
Should we really use these axes? They're ancient.
Would you rather drown?
Start chopping, but chop with respect.
Come on, Ellie!
That's the most fun I've ever had in a museum.
Kids! What on earth?
Somebody turned on the fire sprinklers. Penny, we want to show you something. All the other exhibits are smashed up, but look at that cabinet. It's pried open.
We don't think the culprit is just destroying things. We think he's searching for something.
I took a look around. No sign of the culprit anywhere in the museum.
What could this person be looking for? I love these pieces, but they aren't special. Just knickknacks that happen to be 2,100 years old.
They're valuable because they're old. I'm going to save my tennis shoes for 1,000 years and make a fortune.
Good plan. Penny, maybe you should stick around here tonight in case the culprit comes back. We'll see what we can learn about this stuff.
Found something. Look, in an old newsreel.
The glory of Egypt lives again. A major find of household items from the Alexandria vault thought to belong to Cleopatra herself.
Miss Pratat must be hard to impress if she thinks Cleopatra's stuff is just knickknacks.
Penny said that. At school, she was obsessed with Cleopatra. She practically walked like this. She became quite tiresome, always nattering about the famous lost ankh.
The lost ankh of Cleopatra.
A golden diamond ankh presented to Cleopatra by Mark Antony on the morning of the ruinous Battle of Actium, 2nd of September, 31 BC.
Penny always insisted the ankh must be hidden in the Alexandria vault. It's all she ever talked about.
Really? That's interesting.
Of course, all I ever talked about was Dutch elm disease and root rot, so we probably make quite a pair.
And the Pharaoh's tomb exhibit is made up of items from the Alexandria vault?
So she arranged the exhibit so she could have access to the artifacts and search for the ankh.
Seems possible. She definitely lied to us about ordinary knickknacks. But I bet she didn't lie about staying at the museum tonight. I say we go back and pay her a visit.
It's locked up tight. We made sure of that. How are we going to get in?
Of course! Cleopatra was in love with her beauty. Where else to hide her ankh?
Finally! Say cheese! Or better yet, guilty as charged. You could have smiled, but I guess that's your business. As long as you give yourself up.
There she goes, Timmy! Run! Wait for me!
Say hello to the Max Mask Whalerdactyl. I finally came up with a creature that has a practical use. It catches criminals. I guess that's why they call it a rib cage.
So, Penny Pratap here was the culprit all along, eh?
Yes, she saw through the window bars last night so the break-ins would seem more random.
When she didn't find the Ankh right away, she smashed other exhibits, so it would look like vandalism and distract us from the tomb exhibit.
She used Mira's hammer to smash things, to direct suspicion towards him and away from her. He was easy to frame.
Just shameful.
But how did you get into the museum?
We knew she was obsessed with Cleopatra's Ankh.
At school, she was obsessed with Cleopatra, nattering about the famous lost Ankh.
Mark Antony gave it to Cleopatra on the 2nd of September, 31 BC.
So we punched the date 2931 into the lock keypad. Worked like a charm. We got in ahead of her and just waited.
And she led you to this. I'd say this'll be the star exhibit of the museum now.
Yeah! Maybe Mira can be the new curator.
Sounds good. I've shaved all my cheese, and I've got lots of free time.
We'll leave that up to you. Right now, we have a very important question to settle.
What's faster, Timmy and the dog sled or the Maxosaura Dragophant?
Go!